Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter expressions and properties, and the lessons we are going to cover from the chapter are identify terms and coefficients, properties of addition, multiply using distributive property, factor using the distributive property, and write equivalent expressions using properties. So let's just start with the chapter expressions and properties. We've already started chapter. Let's just start with the terms and coefficients. So what do you know about the terms and coefficients? What are terms and coefficients? Okay, I'm going to write down the definitions on the board. You can note down the definition. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? Okay, the first one is we're going to see what is a term, right? Okay, so what is term? Term is either a single number or variable, or numbers or variable together, right? Numbers or variables multiplied together, right? So terms are separated by plus minus signs or sometimes by divide. So basically x is a term, 4 is a term, and x plus 4 is also a term, right? You can write them as a single number, a variable, and you can combine numbers or variables. That would be the definition of the term, right? Now we're going to see what are the coefficients. So what are the coefficients? Okay, you can note down the definition of the coefficients. Okay, a coefficient is an integer that is written along with a variable or it is multiplied by the variable. So coefficient is an integer that is written along with a variable or it is multiplied by the variable, right? So that is the definition of the coefficient. So for example, you have 4x, right? X is the variable and 4 is multiplying with the variable. So 4 is the coefficient of the variable. Got it? Whenever you have a number along with the variable, the number is the coefficient of the variable. That is very, very simple, right? Now let's just start with the lesson. Let's do practice questions. Okay, we are done with the definitions. So now, okay, look at the expression. How many terms are there? So which is the correct option? How many terms? Just one, right? That is just simply a number. So only one term. Look at the following expression 2 plus 3d. How many terms are there? Which is the correct option? So you have two terms, right? 2 plus 3d. They are two terms. Look at the following expression 5u cube. How many terms are there? Which is the correct option? That is the one term. Got it? The correct option is 1. Look at the following expression. Which of the following are terms in the expression? 3 plus 4v, right? That is total a term, right? Oh, 4v is a term. Okay, got it. Look at the following expressions. Which is the coefficients? 2 is the coefficient. Which 2? This 2 with k, right? So 2 is the coefficient of k. Look at the following expression. What is the coefficient of b? So which is the correct option? Yes, the coefficient of b is minus 1. The correct option is minus 1. Look at the following expression. J. How many terms are there? 'That is simply J, right? Only one. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just start with the next lesson. The next lesson is properties of addition. We're going to learn the properties of addition. So use the workbook for more practice. Okay, let's just start with the next one. Okay, the next lesson is multiply using the distributive property. So let's just start with the first. I'm going to explain what is the distributive property, right? So just listen to me carefully. When we're working on the properties of addition, we discussed there the distributive property. So basically, distributive property involve two of the operations, mathematical operations, that is either multiplication or addition, and multiplication and subtraction. That is like this: a times b plus c, right? That is distributive property. What you have to do, you have to multiply, do ab, and then you have to add ac. So if you evaluate like this, that means both the expressions have exactly. So now let's just do practice questions, right? Okay. The first example is 3 times 3s plus 1. Let's just compare it with this one: 3 times 3s plus 1. So according to the distributive property, what you have to do, you have to multiply this 3 to 3s. You can see here a times b, so you have to do 3 times 3s. Then you have the addition sign. Then you have to do 3 times the other term, 3 times 1. So that would be 3 times 3 is 9s plus 3. So that's how you evaluate using distributive property, that is 3 9s plus 3. Got it? Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression. So which is the correct option? You have to do exactly the same thing. Why? Just let me just explain again. 4 times 7b plus 1. I'm going to explain the second one. Just listen to me carefully. Just this is very easy. What you have to do, the term that is outside the bracket, you have to multiply it to everything that is inside the bracket simply, right? That is 4 times 7b plus 1. So you can see in the bracket you have two terms, 7b and 1, right? So you have to, 4 is outside the bracket, you have to multiply that 4, that is everything, with everything that is inside the bracket. You have to do 4 times 7b, then this addition sign, then you have to multiply this 4 to 1 also. So you have to do 4 times 1. Just evaluate, 4 times 7 is 28b, and 4 times 1 is 4. Got it? So the specific thing about distributive property is every the term that is outside the bracket, you have to multiply with everything that is inside the bracket. Right? So for here you have inside the bracket two terms, 7b and 1. So you have to do 4 times 7b, you have to multiply 4 to 7b, and plus you have to multiply 4 to 1. Got it? So you have to multiply the term that is outside the bracket with everything that is inside the bracket. That's all you have to do. Okay. 28b plus 4 is the correct option. Let's just move on to next example. Okay, the next example is you have 3 outside the bracket, and inside the bracket you have 2 plus 5d. you have to do 3 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Then you have to do 3 times 5t. So 3 times 5 is 15. So the correct option is 6 plus 15t. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression. You have to do 4 times 2 plus 3n. So which is the correct option? So you have to do 2 times 4, that is 8. Then you have to do 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So it is 8 plus 12, and option number 1 is the correct option. Why no one is answering? The questions are very easy still. Okay. Simplify the expression 5 times 2 plus 4x, which is the correct option. So the correct option is you have to do 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10, and then 5 times 4x. So the correct option is 10 plus 20x. Very good. Option number 2 is the. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression 1 plus 4s times 7. So which is the correct option? Very good. That would be 7 plus 28 as option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression 5 times 1 plus 7h. So which is the correct option? So the correct option is 5 plus 35h. Option number 2 is the correct option. You have to multiply 5 with everything that is inside the bracket, right? Okay, the next one is simplify the expression. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is 3 plus 21 V, which is option number 3 is the correct option. Thank you for what I'm here to teach you. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is factor using the distributive property. Okay, then we just learned how to multiply distributive property. Now we are going to learn how do we factor using the distributive property, right? So let's just start with the lesson. So when you are given with the mathematical expression that is 10w plus 40, you have to factor this one, right? So you can see you have 10 and 40, right? Both 10 and 40 are the factors of 10. So you can take common 10 from here. It would be 10w plus 40, right? 10 and 40, they both are the factors of 10 because they are divisible by 10, right? That means you can take common 10. Take common 10 means you are going to divide they both by 10. That would be 10 divided by 10 is 1w and 10 divided by 4 is 4. So that would be 10 times w plus 4. This is the factored form. You have a factor outside the bracket. Got it? So that would be the factored form. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Let's see how do we make factors. We have to look for a common number. Okay, 28b plus 32. 28b plus 32. So you have to find a common number. Common number means the number that can divide both 32 and 28. So which is the correct option? 8 times 4 is 32 and 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, 6 times, no, 4 times 7 is 28 and 4 times 8 is 32, right? So 4 is the common number. Take common 4. 4 times 7 is 28, so that would be 7b, and 4 times 8 is 32. So it would be 4 times 7b plus 8. Got it? That's how you factor the numbers. That would be 4 times 7b plus 8. Option number B is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 9c plus 21. So which is the correct option? Option 1, 2, 3. Think and then answer. Which option is the correct one? Which number you can take common? Yes, that would be 3 times 3c plus 7, right? Because 3 is the only factor that can divide both 9 and 21. So option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, factor 20u plus 50, which is the correct option? You can take common 10. So that would be option number 1 is the correct option, right? The correct option is option number 1. You can take common 10 and you are left with 2u plus 5. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Okay, then the next one is 35r plus 63. How do you factor? Yes, you can take common 7 because 35 and 63, they both are the multiples of 7, right? So that would be option number 3 is the correct option. You can take common 7, so 7 times 5 is 35 and 9 is 63, so that would be 7 times 5r plus 9. Option number 3 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, then you have 18v plus 515. So which is the correct option? How do you factor? Yes, that would be option number 2 is the correct option, right? You can take common 3, so that would be 3 times 6v plus 5. Very good. Okay, the next one is factor 42c plus 54. So, which is the correct option? How do you factor? That would be 7 times 8c plus 9, because 7 is the number that can divide both 42 and 54, right? Oh, sorry. 6 is the number. 6 times 7 is 42 and 6 times 9 is 54. So option 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is 49u plus 28. So which is the correct option? Very good. Option number. Basically, you have to look for a number that can divide both the values, right? You have 49 and 28. So think of a number that can divide by, basically, that is the reverse of the distributive property we just did, right? So, which is the number that can divide 49 and 28? That is 7. So 7 times 7 is 49 and 7 times 4 is 28. So the correct option is option number 2, right? This is the opposite of the distributive property, right? In the distributive property, we multiplied the factor that is outside the bracket with everything inside the bracket, right? But now what you have to do, you have to think of a number that can divide both numerator and denominator. That is 7. So take 7 outside, and then 7 times 7 is 49, then 7 times 4 is 28. So that would be 7u plus 4. So option number 2 is the correct option. So you have to think of a number that can divide 45 and 81, 45 and 81 as well, right? So the number that can divide both the numbers is 9, right? So take 9 common and divide 9 by 45 and 81. So 9 times 5 is 45 and 9 times 9 is 81. So when you take 9 common, you are left with 5p plus 9. If you multiply them, they have exactly the same expression, right? So option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is, okay, the next lesson is, okay, the next one is write equivalent expressions using properties. So the properties we just used we have to apply those properties and you have to write the equivalent expression. Equivalent expression means you just have to evaluate the given expression, right? Just look at this one. Simplify the expression w plus 5 plus 2. So simply evaluate, collect the like terms. 5 plus 2 are same, just add. So it would be w plus 7. Got it? So w plus 5 plus 2 and w plus 7, they are the equivalent. So option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, simplify the expression. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is h plus 5. We just have to add, right? So that is h plus 5. Okay, the next one is 2 plus t plus 1. So which is the correct option? The correct option is, yes, that is t plus 3. Option number 3 is the correct option. T plus 1 plus 6. So which is the correct option? The correct option is t plus 7. You have to add 6 plus 1, right? So that is t plus 7. Okay, simplify the expression. So which is the correct option? Yes, that is b plus 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression 2 plus r plus 2. So which is the correct option? The correct option is r plus 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, simplify the expression. So which is the correct option? The correct option is g plus 6. You simply have to add. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression. So which is the correct option? The second option is you have to add the mean, that is k plus 7. Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, simplify the expression. Which is the correct option? That is k plus 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is simplify the expression. Which is the correct option? Yes, that is r plus 2, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math, grade 6 math. Chapter we're working on is expressions and properties, and the lessons we have covered today are identify terms and coefficients, multiply using distributive property, factor using distributive property, and write equivalent expressions using properties. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9, right? So that is your homework. Until next session, please complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. If you have any questions, you can please ask. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.